Good morning, my name is the Old Mechanic. What do we got here today in my hobby shed? A real Triumph Tiger XRX 800. A really beautiful bike. I really like the Triumph, absolute. And my friend asked me to do a bit of maintenance on it. An oil change, oil filter change, air filter change and new spark plugs. So I'm really looking forward to do maintenance on my friend the Triumph. So I would say come on over and we're going to start. So guys, what do we need to do maintenance on this Triumph, the Tiger? Like oil and oil filter change, spark plug change, air filter change. Well, of course we need oil. My good old Castrol Power RS 10W40, that we need. For brake fluid I'm going to use, as usual, Castrol React Performance .4. We need an oil filter. Of course I use the high flow Filtro, not getting paid by it. Why? Because it's a very good brand, never had a problem with it. It's not that expensive and it has a German TÜV certification, which is good, I think. This one is the HF 204, so that we need. It's a triple cylinder, so we need 3 spark plugs. This is the NGK, the CR9EK. I'm gonna write it here down 3 times. And of course we need an air filter. Again, it's from my favorite brand, High Flow Filtro. Why? Blah 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 blah. This one is the HFA 6501. Gonna put it underneath. So now first we're gonna get the oil off. That's easy. Drop, that simple. Come on, let's start. So the first thing we're gonna do is get this protection off, and that's easy. There are 6 bolts and you need socket 12. So. Guys, this bolt is a nut. This nut is a bolt too. Oh nee, this bolt is a nut too. Zo, this one, oeh. Dit nou toch. Hoppa, this a nut too. And then it comes off. Man. 1, 2, 6 for this piece of plastic. Okay, now over here is the oil drain plug. So guys, over here is the oil drain plug, and we need an Allen socket of 8. Now, first up. Always give it a little smackety smack. To drain the oil, the bike needs to be on its side stand. So that's what we do. Yes. Ah, goed gedaan. Guys, in all manuals, service manuals, there is always this line into it that you have to warm up the engine and then get the oil out. Is that really necessary to warm the engine up? Well, that depends. If you got all the time in the world, like me, then the oil doesn't need to be warm. Because when you shut the bike, all the oil goes into the oil pan, the bottom. So it takes a bit longer to drain the oil, but it doesn't need to be hot. No. I think it's done because dealers have to do it in a rush. Yeah, time is money. And for me, I got all the time in the world. Normally I let a bike drain for overnight and wiggle it from side to side, because an engine has oil pockets, and in the oil pockets old oil remains. So I hang it on my what is it? My winch, and then let it lean from one side, hang for a while, and then go back, and then oil starts to drip out again. And I do that a few times. I got all the time in the world, huh? So now we're going to take the oil filter. We need an oil filter socket like this. It's the FN005 with a lot of Chinese markings onto it. Oh. There he goes. Guys, because I have a winch, what I always do with a oil change is let the bike hang from one side, wait a few seconds, then to the other side to get the oil out. Because an engine has oil pockets, as they call it, and in those oil pockets there is some old oil. So let's do that. Watch what happens. Okay, like this. Carefully lean it to that side first. So now we're gonna lean it to this side. Up. And now oil starts to pour out again. Right. Right, just for fun. There's the oil filter. Okay, out of the way. Remember, when you get the oil plug out, always renew the washer, the copper washer. I already got a brand new one here, and it's, wait a minute, a copper washer of 14 mil. Okay, now then we give it a clean. Okay, then we okay. Up. Now, what we also need is the official factory service manual from Triumph. We got it on my tablet. Let's see. Now, the oil drain plug needs to be torqued at 25 Newton meters. Here I got my torque wrench. Oh, way too far. There we go. That's over here. Yep. Okay, get it back. Then I give it yellow marking, torqued. Now we're going to do the oil filter. This one out of the way. This is the old washer. Up by the old filter. Now we're going to clean this too. That's a real mess. Perfectly clean. We got the oil filter. Hop, hey, careful. this? Oh no, it's already greased it, which is good, but I always put, this is just the motor oil, Castrol. Hop. Always love to do a bit on the thread, don't know why, but I do. Then hop, screw it on, and the oil filter needs to be torqued with 10 Newton meters. I need my other one. Hop, the smaller one. 10 Newton meters, that is, hop, 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 over there. Let's see, this one, no, let's do that. Up. Okay, now when you can't get it off, just put it in reverse and wiggle a bit. Hop, then it comes off. Don't forget. Okay, now that's job done too. This one over there. My wonderful crayon, wonderful. Over here, and check. So guys, we're gonna fill it with oil. First thing I always do is clean my funnel. That's important, I think. Then piece of paper in there, and out he comes. Nice, clean. This, I already loosened it a bit. Then got a camera over here in the oil glass, watching the oil glass. So, for a good video for you. Then open already my oil. And then we're going to pour it in. Blooper. Close it. We're going to start the engine up. Let it idle for just a while, not too long. Shut it down and see where the oil levels. But first we're going to open my shed, otherwise I'm going to kill myself. see. The only thing I have to do now is get the engine protection on. That's the same way as I got it off, but then in reverse. I hope you liked this video, and if you do, please consider a subscription. I would really appreciate that. So guys, this was my video about doing an oil change on a Triumph XRX 800 Tiger or Triumph Tiger 800 XRX. Was it difficult? Nah, not at all. Can you do it? Absolutely sure. And when you do it yourself, you save a lot of money. And for now, old mechanic.